Dean, I'm the dad.
I'm Laura, I'm the mom.
And I'm Krysta, I'm the daughter.
And together we are Family Pot. Yeah, not our best togetherness, but it was a good attempt. How is everyone today?
We're good.
I'm exhausted.
We have a great show lined up for you, let me tell you. First, though, a couple things. Welcome to the show if you're a listener. Obviously, you have to be a listener if you're hearing me talk. So welcome and enjoy the show. If you want to help us out, a couple ways. There's always Patreon. There's $1, $3, $5, and $10 are the denominations I've set up. You can donate any one of three ways. Team Spa Day, Team Bunny, Team Podcast. Doesn't matter which way you go. It all helps the show. And it is a monthly donation, though. You can pause it at the beginning of the month if you need to skip. If you can't do a monthly donation, which, hey, I don't hold that against anyone, you can always donate a one-time donation through Buy Me a Coffee. Or if you can't afford that, just share the show on social media with your friends. But we do have a deal. We ask of all our listeners, if you enjoy the show, please share it with your friends. If you don't enjoy the show, just keep that to yourself. That's what we ask. We were friends on Watch again this past week. We hit number 20 in indie true crime and like 25 in indie history. So we're pretty happy about that. Now, that brings us to tonight's episode. We wrap up creepy season. We decided to visit, or in some cases briefly revisit, our favorite creepy conspiracy theories. And since we are covering creepy conspiracies, who better to talk about it with us than our friends at the Drunk Theory Podcast? Welcome aboard, y'all, as we discuss some of the creepiest conspiracies we've encountered in our final episode of creepy season, Conspiracies. Yay!
Hi, everybody. Hey.
Hi, everybody. Krysta is not doing weird facts this episode. She chose not to. But, you know, our friends at Drunk Theory, they know a couple of things they wanted to share with us.
I actually saw something earlier that I feel like I saw before, so I think it's probably a couple years old. I don't know what state or what zoo this is in, but there was a gorilla at a zoo who figured out how to escape his enclosure at night. And he would just walk around, so he would escape, he would get out, he would walk around. Excuse me. Drink if you're playing the Drunk Theory drinking game. But so he would walk around and taunt the other animals. He had actually had they called it a roommate, so I guess another gorilla that was in with him, but they did not get along, so that gorilla got moved somewhere else. So he would walk around, he would taunt the other animals, and then he would get to this other gorilla that used to be his roommate's, I don't want to say cell, but I don't know what else to call it. So whatever. Yeah, he would get to this other gorilla's enclosure and throw shit at him. And so every morning they would have to go find this gorilla that had learned to escape his enclosure. And then they would have to go, wipe shit off of his ex-roommate.
You would think after that gorilla did that a handful of times, they would put a camera on him and figure out how he's getting out.
Everything I read said maybe it ended up being something stupid to where like a security guard wasn't locking something or whatever, because I have not seen anything to where they said where he escaped. So the only reason to hide it would be that it was something dumb, right? So it's got to be that somebody was forgetting to shut. That's just where I'm coming from.
Either that or it.
But it's like it was his mission every night. He was like, and it's like he was on his way to throw shit to this guy, but on his way, I'm also going to talk.
You know, honey, it's not like he had a lot of things on his to-do list.
Yeah, it's not like he got out at night and like, let's see, I need to run to Target. I need to go to the DMV and get my driver's license renewed.
Right.
You gotta stop for gas.
I love it.
I gotta pick up some bananas at Dollar General.
When you live in a zoo, they don't like you out that long.
Just FYI, what everybody just said counted as a double entendre to do with, because you said gas and then one of you said do. Like, basically everything had to do with shitting also. So, and he said Target. Right. Everything had to do with the same thing. I like that.
It's all connected. It's all connected.
That could have been a reality show. They could have just let it out and then filmed it.
Los Doritos tacos, those always get my guts rumbling. Although I don't know that I want to see a gorilla running for the border. In any sense of the phrase.
Like,
if that was a reality show, I would watch it.
You would.
I would watch it.
In fact, if you want to go sit over in your chair, that's
illegal gorilla mints.
Well, God, you guys are great. We have missed you so much.
We missed y'all. We have been, I want to say busy to make us look better, but we haven't really been busy. We've just been
slack
in a rut or whatever, to where some bullshit happens and then we're like, oh, fuck it, I don't want to do anything for 3 weeks. And then, so.
For a good
on that
night shift. And I can't function on night shift. I don't sleep right.
It was a bunch of little bitty shit. Like, we've been out of it for a while.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's just...
Does anyone else feel like the little one's practicing for when she gets older? Do you see her over there down in that cream soda?
She practiced.
Don't be like us, baby.
That's right. She's practicing to be on the show.
Yeah, here in 15 years, she's going to be a drunk theory regular.
Hell yeah!
No,
She's our scheduler. Definitely, we need somebody that can take charge of what the hell we're supposed to be doing. Because
that's true.
Hold on, let me tell you what had happened.
She'd be the boss.
What had happened was Kelli texted us earlier, and she goes, "Hey, I need y'all to bring some bourbon because, I don't have enough bourbon." But me and Ryan, we had already just decided that we were doing this individually from our own houses, and so I had to say Kelli, and I'm like, wait, I thought we were.
Except for they never told me that, and I had enough bourbon just for me, so it was fine. But
I did not want to fuck up y'all's audio again. And every other time we've recorded with y'all, we've tried to do it together with the one microphone. So, but I guess that's the thing that me and Ryan talked about, but they never conveyed it.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Well, with StreamYard,
we need a scheduler and a better person to help us keep track.
With StreamYard 1, it lets me record from right from their site, which is good. Plus, I'm trying Audacity, which I haven't used before to record a group like this. Plus, we got an app called Levelator that does a great job at distinguishing and bumping up conversation. So
I want to say somebody left me a comment on Twitter the other day that we needed to use that because some of us are always quieter than the others.
Audacity also has a plugin section. I'm pretty sure there is not just a normalize, which would normalize everything, but there is a conversation bandwidth normalized that specifically does the range of human talking.
Yeah.
So it will bring them all up to what they need to be, and you can set it to a certain level. Like Audacity has all kinds of awesome plugins that are free.
I'll tell y'all, I do our editing.
And it uses VST
but
plugins.
All I do is I cut out dead air and I take out anything that makes us sound fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Or anything that we could get canceled.
How do you have any podcasts left? Because you took out all our ridiculousness.
If we have a podcast that's an hour
She
long,
doesn't cut
we
out
were
like my
drunk and
ridiculousness.
for
She lets my
3
ridiculousness
hours.
just fly, apparently.
Double however long the podcast is, and that's how long we've been arguing and talking about
as
stuff.
far as audio, I don't know
taking breaks.
anything about it. Every once in a while, I will bump it up 1 or 2, but then that just makes everybody 1 or 2 louder, so it doesn't even help anything because one is still louder than the other. I don't know anything about audio.
I
know
should
nothing
be
about
doing.
audio.
I'm the audio guy, and I should be doing the audio, but I don't. I love Audacity. She's always done the video editing and did the audio at the same time. And when it's good, it works. But if we do it separate,
If it's bad, it's fucking bad. Oh, well.
Yeah.
We don't even care enough about it.
Well, it's like I said when we first started this podcast, is if we're the worst, we might be the worst podcast with over 100 episodes, but we have fun doing it, and that's really all that matters.
True enough.
What number will this be for y'all?
117.
Wow.
that is a lot.
What are
dude.
we at?
Good
Like
job. Good
40
job.
or something?
Yeah.
We just got our badge for 50, so we're probably 53 because we only do every other week, if that, because it's gotten to the point to where we're just like, fuck it.
Every other month.
Yeah, we're still every single week.
I know this doesn't mean anything to y'all, but starting Monday, it's turkey time. We all got emails about it. So, because, Thanksgiving turkeys.
That's big.
We have to do turkeys from here until January 1st, and we have to count them every day. And they just put them on random trucks and put them just wherever they feel like putting them. We have to find them and count them.
Yeah.
It sounds like a game.
There's three main jobs this is stressful for. Selectors, which we are not. The inventory people, which she is.
I'm inventory
and the
lead.
people that,
it's my job to make sure that the stores get turkeys. And y'all aren't getting turkeys. I'm sorry.
The people that receive it, which is me. So we have the most stressful jobs in the warehouse. I receive it in to make sure it's the right amount, because if I screw up,
I'd actually gone in and tried to get vacation time, and my boss was like, no. And I'm talking about all capital letters, 100 O's after no. And he goes, turkeys are starting on Monday, right? And I was like, and I replied back, fuck me, I forgot about turkeys.
You've never seen so many canned goods in your life. I'm not even joking.
No, I have. I worked for Amazon. I've seen shit tons of everything all the
time. Okay, now imagine everything is
stories about
20
Amazon.
times less streamlined and just hot as shit and or cold. Yep. You can imagine. Why is this on a cold truck? I don't know. It's what they had. Why is the cold still on? The guy was too lazy to turn it off, so deal with it. I don't have a drink. It's the middle of summer, and you just freeze to death for 20 minutes. That's what we deal with. Just lazy. Yeah. Do you know how many people I've seen come in a truck with no shoes on? They come in flip-flops. What were you wearing driving the truck? Flip-flops? Are you serious?
God. Okay, so we're not trying to hijack y'all show, but I do have a story.
No, you're good.
You can continue.
Sorry.
So, I work in they call it the perishable. That's, like produce and shit that lasts 4 days.
Stuff that's cold but not frozen.
Right.
If we lose a pallet of tomatoes for a day, we have to fucking throw it away because that shit does not last at all, right?
Yep.
So I had 3 of my people throwing away fucking just pallets of fucking tomatoes that we had somehow lost because nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. Whatever. So a truck driver got out of his fucking truck because they backed the dumpster into a truck door. So it's where a truck would be, but and we stand at the end and we just throw shit. So there's trucks on both sides. Truck driver gets out of his fucking truck, takes his shirt and his fucking pants off, starts fucking taking a bath with like baby wipes.
A whore bath?
Hold on, shut up. Yes, he did. He took a fucking
Excuse
whore
my
bath.
language, but what
Shut
the
up.
hell?
But,
don't tell me to shut up.
Well, because I'm in the middle and we're ruining their show.
I need to hear this. Hold up, I need to hear it.
Starts head to toe wiping himself off, whore bathing with baby wipes. Looks over, sees my people standing there just gawking at him, right? Because that's what I would have been doing.
No, don't.
Oh, okay.
4 of you?
There was 4 of them at the door. So he looked over, there was 4 people at the fucking door just looking at him. And he's just like, hey, what y'all doing? Throwing shit away? And then they were just like, yeah, man. And I was like, man, that sucks. And then apparently he just got back in his truck.
Oh my God.
I apologize if I've told you all this story I'm about to tell you before. Back when I was doing stand-up, a lot of times if I wasn't booked of an evening, I would just park in a rest stop and sleep in my car, right? Lock the doors, go to sleep in my car. Well, I wasn't in Butte, Montana, but just outside of Butte, about 90 miles, is a rest stop. And I had pulled in there, and I had locked my door, and I had gone to sleep. Well, I wake up because it's weird to sleep in a car. And so I wake up and I decide I want a cigarette before I go back to sleep. I was still smoking then. And so I have this cigarette, and I noticed this semi pulling into the semi part of the rest stop. And I don't think anything of it because, semis come in and out of rest stops all night long. So I'm sitting there smoking my cigarette. Truck driver goes into the bathroom. Again, I don't think anything of it. I am finishing my cigarette. And at the time I smoked Camel White. So they took a little longer to finish. And I'm just finishing it. And I'm pitching it out my window. And I turn around, and standing in the door of the rest stop is this trucker. And he is naked as a jaybird. And he is one of those men who should never be naked. Never. Because he really looks like someone took a bunch of, like if they took the Pillsbury Doughboy, right? And made him flesh instead of whatever he's made out of. And then covered him with hair. Like haphazardly. Just, no rhyme or reason to the hair. Just
Laura's high as
stuck
hell
it on him,
because she's
like in
I'm
cuffs.
fascinated by this kitty thing.
And he's waving at me. And I turn on the car. I back out of the spot. I drive the 90 miles to Butte and spend $50 in a hotel room. And let me tell you, it was the best $50 I've spent in my life. Somewhere out there is a trucker who is naked. And I don't ever want to see him again.
So honestly, that is actually a very normal thing. I've never worked
common, not normal.
Well, common, not normal. So there you go. I've never worked for receiving, but I have helped receiving a lot. And we would have guys to where, so if they have an appointment at 5 o'clock in the morning, they might do. And they decide that they're going to sleep until it's time for their appointment or whatever.
Hey, guys.
We have guys that have to go out and knock on the door to wake them up and be like, hey, it's time for your appointment.
We're going to lose a Krysta. She's just exhausted. I'm sorry I'm interrupting your story. I just wanted to tell you.
You're good.
Good night,
Krysta.
Good night.
Good night.
You hear, baby? They're telling you good night.
Sleep good.
She's good. We've had a rough week.
What?
I've had a rough 40 years.
Yeah, me too, sister. Me too.
But no, they would go out and they would have to knock on the door, to tell the guy, hey, it's time for you to pull in this door or whatever. And they would be completely ass butt fucking naked.
Wow.
They would be drunk. There has been more than one time when they were fucking dead.
What?
Heart attacks in their car or whatever. That is a fucking thing that happens. And people just and they're like, yeah, he died out there on pad, whatever.
Jesus.
And I'm like, but we're still running today. And they're like, yeah, it was outside. It's not hurting our food.
Oh my God.
Fucking wild, dude.
I don't want dead guy food.
Fucking wild.
I don't want that guy food either. Wow.
everything in the trailer is fine. So.
It's a fine line, but there's a
there's some sinister aspects of truck driving that I think we should do a deep dive into.
Can meat be haunted? Is what I need to know.
I tell you what,
haunted.
I work for Big Pharma, but I guarantee we would stop if somebody died. Like,
I guarantee you would not. If it was a truck driver that died, y'all wouldn't stop. You wouldn't even hear about it until 2 days later. I promise you.
No,
I'm in that truck. They're putting that shit out there. It doesn't matter. You're not gonna know. If the unloader dies, however, you're gonna hear about it.
Well, yeah.
Driver dies. Y'all ain't gonna know. We unload. We're fine. Shit, we don't care.
I have wow, that's creepy looking.
Fucking wild. It is fucking wild, dude.
You guys see, I'm in the corner of my...
All right, we didn't mean to hijack y'all shit with dead truck drivers.
No, you're good. It was funny. You're good. It was funny.
So let's get into some of these conspiracies. Now, this first one is one we've covered on the show pretty extensively. And as I remember, we were not positive on it, but I like it. It's good and creepy. So here we go. I've titled this one, Take Us to Your Lizard. David Icke is the brilliant mind behind this particular creepy legend. This conspiracy theory says that there are a race of reptilian aliens living among us, and these lizards are the ultimate power ruling our planet. Those accused of being lizards include the Clintons, both Bill and Hillary, George Bush, both senior and junior, Obama, and the former Queen of England, among others, which I would suppose would make the current King, Charles, at least partially a lizard. Now, supposedly, these reptilians are stealing our natural resources, kidnapping citizens to use as food, and controlling the human race.
I think I saw this episode of X-Files once.
That's crazy. They're not aliens. They're from here. They're just descended from, instead of mammals, they're descended from lizards.
Hold on, with you saying,
that's plausible.
With you saying the X-Files, did y'all watch the X-Files reboot?
No.
No.
You did a reptilian episode on the X-Files. It is.
I told you.
There's one in the original one, too.
I don't think I watched it. I don't know that was the thing that happened.
The guy can regenerate parts like the reptiles can. Like he can regenerate an arm or a leg.
No, the one on the X-Files reboot is fucking amazing. I mean, it's
How
ridiculous.
How many years ago was that from? How long ago was
2017 or 8? Not
it was a long time ago, and I just missed it.
Oh my god, they didn't do a whole bunch of episodes. I think they only had one season. I don't think they renewed it or whatever.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I remember it happening, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm excited for this," but then I just don't think I ever watched it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
The whole thing, and I only remember 2 episodes. So maybe you did watch them and just didn't give a shit about anything.
It was just
maybe
shit.
Yeah. The original ones were memorable. All
Their
of them. There's a lot of tropes that came from those.
It was good. I mean, it give you something to think about. Obviously, it's fucking fake and it's ridiculous. They went the ridiculous route with the reboot, but I kind of liked that, But
yeah, well, yeah.
I guess to me, it's great. It's like V is real. But I can't buy it. I
don't buy it either. I mean, why would it be lizards? We've actually had lizards as pets, and they're dumb as fuck. I just really.
We have one. Yeah, we have a lizard.
Monkeys.
What kind of lizard do y'all have?
We have a bearded dragon.
We had a bearded dragon.
I just. But I know the videos, Dean, that you're talking about, to where it'll be like clips from so-and-so's on whatever talk show, and they're like, look at their eyes.
Have y'all not seen the one of Justin Bieber at the airport?
And then it looks like their eyes go weird or whatever.
My favorite.
Do you know what kind of lights are shining in those fucking people's eyes right now? Have you ever been on a fucking stage?
Oh, yes. Many times.
I mean, it's fucking ridiculous.
I stand up in some clubs.
You just asked the former stand-up comedian if he'd ever been on stage.
Oh, that's right. I know. I'm sorry. But
I've had the lights up so bright in some of the places I performed, I couldn't see the crowd.
Exactly. So now they're like, oh, but look at how his eyes is twitching all weird. Because there's 100 gigahertz fucking, I don't know the words for light or whatever, but 100 gigahertz light.
It's a 60 hertz incandescent light all up in his brain.
Obviously, his shit is twitching because it's fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't look like,
my favorite thing in the world is when celebrities look bad and then someone say it's because their skin suits are malfunctioning.
Oh, he's wearing an Edgar suit. It's an Edgar suit. Well, oh, yeah.
I was doing comedy in Quincy, Illinois, which is this tiny town just barely in Illinois.
There's a song about Quincy, Illinois somewhere. Anyway, go ahead.
And I was doing comedy in a theater there. Now, I get on stage, and it's such a weird setup, this theater. But the stage is kind of in a corner, and they've got all these, like, this sea of people around you, but it's all squared off. And so I'm doing comedy, and I'm pitching it out to the people I can see, which isn't many because the lights on this stage are just eye-killing. It's just like, dear God, I don't know if I'll be able to see once I get off the stage, but you do your best. I walk off stage. It's the first time I noticed that there's not just audience on the floor. They have box seats all the way up the back. So there's like people. I never once looked up at them. I couldn't have seen them if I did. So, I mean.
That's probably why.
Do you have videos of you doing stand-up?
Because he does.
On my YouTube.
Go through and find.
Yeah,
he's also got a video of him working off his money.
Do you want me to start marketing you as a reptilian?
It kind of sounds like my wife is accusing you of being a reptile now.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm saying it that I know that it's the lights.
Wait. I know the law. If you're a reptile, you have to admit it. You can't lie. I know the law.
He's not a reptile. I promise.
I could go through and find the frames where you look reptilian, and I could make you famous on Twitter.
What other people don't think about, also not just the lights, but the shitty quality of the video converted. I mean, the pixels are the computer's guessing. It's it's shitty AI probably from 20 years ago.
And
guessing where shit is.
The most
interpolation
that I have is from, I took a drama class at Greenville Tech. So we had to get up on stage, and I'm sure that those lights are nowhere near as bright as the lights for a comedy show.
Oh, no, that shit's bright as fuck up there.
Even those...
Because it's a theater production. Remember how bright that'd be up on a real theater?
Even in a fucking drama class, like, I could not see 2 feet fucking in front of me. My shit probably looked nuts as fuck. And then that confuses me, so I also look confused. My eyes are looking fucked as hell.
Why are there lights? What is this bright stuff?
It's like lights.
In there, you don't understand.
I get confused as shit. I wouldn't know what to do if I had to get on a stage.
It's like, but see, the whole reptilian thing just, I don't know, it's like an excuse. Like, there was a guy named Zion Hassenkoff. It's not his real name, but it's what he called himself. And he was married to a girl named Girly Sue.
Well, wait. Don't lose what you're saying there, but how bad does your real name have to be for you to decide to be called Zoik Hasen, whatever?
Zion
God bless you. That was. How bad?
Anyway,
does your real name have
to this girl, Girly Sue Hassenkoff? Well, he decided he didn't want to be married to her anymore. So he got his girlfriend, who he convinced, like, he used to talk to her about reptilians. Well, he convinced her his wife was a reptilian, so she killed her.
Oh, Jesus. That's fucked up.
So, I mean, I get that
take care of my light work.
And it's a scary thought.
And while you're at it, make yourself a new wallet.
Not a thing. Heck, it was even on Lost Tapes, which that show is basically horrible. But yeah, it was all over there. And I just, like, I love the theory because it's a scary thought. It really is. But at the same time, it's like, man.
Exactly. So I hate the theory because it's a dumb fucking thought. It's not scary. Because, so let's say I wake up tomorrow and I'm like, holy shit, Ryan's a fucking reptile. I would try to train him before I tried to kill him, right?
Well, yeah. Make some fucking money off that shit.
Come on now. From the 90s where that girl trained that monkey to go fucking steal shit or whatever.
Monkey they're going to kill him anyway. You might as well have him.
I love that movie. It's hilarious.
If I thought Ryan was a reptile, I would slowly start trying to train him to do reptile type shit.
Well, yeah.
How are you going to love me with like a ding, like a bell or something? Like every time I steal something, you ding, and then every time you ding, I'll start.
Yeah. Or like if you know how y'all remember people calling bomb threats or whatever at school to get out of taking exams?
Right.
Maybe you could just get your reptile friends to invade the school, and then there's an iguana take over. And
now I have reptile friends.
I mean, if you're reptile friends.
They all speak the same language.
But now, there is a connection in your part of the world to the reptilians. Think about this: the lizard man of Scape or Swamp. Maybe he's a reptilian that just likes to go jogging without his, skin suit every once in a while. Like he's like, man, this skin suit, hang out I don't like it. I'm just going to go run through the swamp.
Y'all got a Facebook group and everything.
I'm sure they do. Yeah,
we do.
Private.
Okay, so according to Ryan, he's not friends with any other reptilians. If however...
Wait, you just said any other. You straight up accused me of being a reptile.
Oh my God!
Now I'm a fucking reptile.
If I was a reptilian and y'all think I ain't already started a fucking Reddit group for reptilians, y'all think we just celebrated like-minded people.
We just celebrated.
You just told us you can't even keep up with your own podcast. Why are you going and starting a
We just celebrated our 12th anniversary a couple weeks ago.
Maybe that's why we can't keep up with our own podcast.
We're
too busy.
I'm always shedding skin. I'm always shedding skin, and
that's right. That's right. You heard it here first.
I am always near the heat, but that doesn't mean anything.
And maybe that's why your marriage has lasted so long.
There you go.
Not only are you opposites, you're not even the same species.
Well, I imagine a reptilian, that tongue could be used sexually. I'm just...
Woo!
We have 13, folks.
Just blue sky in there, but I imagine.
Like sandpaper. No, right.
You're taking notes over there, right, honey?
They were inviting us on the show.
I swear, y'all, I don't know why you keep inviting. Because we're just awful.
We actually talked about this earlier. We're like, this is totally a family show, and we're just fucking.
We sent her to bed. We sent her to bed. It's okay.
We're so terrible.
I just think I threw a trigger warning on this one.
Say family plot after dark, and those are the only ones that we should be allowed.
We are awful for your image, really.
That's okay.
I don't think so.
We're awful for our own image. You're good.
Like I said, we'll just throw a trigger warning on this one.
There you go.
They curse a lot. Done.
There you go.
Well, I decided to join the party. This really is not a family episode.
I mean, this already is a lot calmer than the last episode we did. So I'm good with it.
I'm sorry, I don't remember what the last one was.
Our last episode I'm talking about the one we did. Episode 116 was John Edward Robinson.
Oh, okay.
The local serial killer.
Oh, that's true. Krista and I got a little frustrated. Do you guys know about John Edward Robertson? Have you guys listened to that episode
I actually do not, and I was about to get super pissed because y'all talked about somebody that I've never heard of. What?
Dude, for real. long episode. We talked like an hour and a half. Like Dean couldn't shut us up, and Chris and I were full on just railing about this dude. How this dude got away with all this shit? It was what?
That's one from where y'all are now, where y'all live now?
Yeah. Long story short, this guy originally would like pose as a businessman and hire like these 19-year-old and 20-year-old girls to work at his office, and then he'd kill them and like take their money. But he also he also conned like social services to go to a woman's shelter and get a woman and her daughter, and they killed a woman, gave her daughter to his brother to raise because they were trying to adopt a child and weren't having any luck.
For money.
And then come the 90s, he starts going in chat rooms, calling himself the slave master, getting these women to come visit him and murdering them and throwing them in barrels. So, yeah, it was just... He's not a good guy. Not a good guy at all. And it's like, killing was almost secondary. It's all about getting that money.
He met them at a county hospital even. So, like, he was posing as, like, this charitable organization and got this mom in and stole her little, like, 4-month-old baby and sold it to his brother and sister-in-law and then killed her and hid her in a barrel. Like, it was awful. And they they had him on probation for like 12 years and they just kept extending his probation no matter what he did.
He had probation for like multiple murders and like...
Dean's like he stole major amounts of money from like 15 different people before he ever got in trouble. And Dean's like, wow, I didn't know you guys didn't. I'm surprised this guy's just. I'm like, how do
I've never heard.
See? I didn't remember
that episode this week.
Oh my God. Wow. It's like, how do you do that? How do you get away with, like, through 3 different states too, y'all. It wasn't even one damn state. He was arrested and got in trouble, and then he went to another state and broke his probation, and there he got caught for doing something else, and they sent him back to where he originally got arrested, and they didn't throw away the key. They didn't lock him up. They took his ass and said, no, bad boy. And they
go home for a minute. Yeah.
To extend his probation.
I love true crime.
And him go back along his way.
I have the utmost respect for the ones that do the true crime podcasts.
Dude,
I could never because I get emotionally involved. The whole thing will be like, fuck this motherfucker, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, no, it was bad.
You give the facts and they don't worry about it. I mean, that's having nightmares and crying.
And most of them that we talk about, we've heard a dozen times.
Oh yeah, like some of them, some of the big ones.
I'm very emotional, and I get very tied up. And you guys can ask Dean when I lose it. I lose like.
Advice would be, if you're going to use the background, use it every time, but do something fucking weird. Do like the inside of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house.
See, I like my Microsoft Teams at work because I work in an office setting as a trainer. So I'm on video conferences where I have whole classrooms that see me.
Could the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house be the background?
Yeah, there's all kinds of fancy shit that we can put behind us. One of them is Minecraft. I can put myself in Minecraft, and I love Minecraft, so I thought, oh, how fucking cool is that? So I put it up. You know what happened? My sneaky old manager was like, well, Laura, that's not very professional for your classrooms.
Oh, hey.
Son of a bitch.
I got called into a meeting the other day because I sent an email to a whole bunch of people, and the last line was, "This is just ridiculous. I don't even understand."
Uh-huh.
That was their only problem. They were like, if you had stopped it just like at the message, that's great. That's showing, supervisor strength type shit. They were like, but then you go, this is ridiculous. And they were like, and in email work world, that's
not appropriate.
No, let me tell you his exact words. He said, this is ridiculous equates to, I'm tired of your bullshit. And I looked at him and I said, but I am tired of their fucking bullshit. And he was like, yeah, but you're not allowed to say it. And I was like, but I didn't say it. And he was like,
I said, this is ridiculous.
Oh, I know exactly what y'all are doing.
I love how you put that.
Make no goddamn sense.
I don't even need context. I know exactly what this conversation is.
I'm pretty sure I texted y'all because right after I got reprimanded, I went out and smoked a cigarette. It wasn't even break time. I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I went out.
And I'm sorry, you have a problem with my need for nicotine too?
Have conspiracy theories you brought along too, or?
I actually did not, because I just wanted to talk about the ones because I know that you had the lizard people, and we were all about talking about lizard people.
At Denver Airport, the other ones I've been multiple times.
Kelly, did you bring extra?
I did not bring extra, but I do want to talk about the Denver Airport because I've been multiple times.
That's our next one. I titled this one "Catching a Red Eye at the Denver Airport," and there are lots of angles on this.
Yes.
Now, supposedly, the airport was built by the New World Order, which apparently also has ties.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait. Were there actual show notes on this shit that I missed?
Yeah.
I mean, we got the show notes.
I'm all over here thinking he just is talking. Just like having this whole conversation with you, and that you guys have a couple of back and forths, like that. I just missed because I was working. I'm like, holy shit! There were show notes.
Like a motherfucker in here. No, we got stuff to talk about.
We honestly didn't come up with any extras because we didn't want to go. We didn't want to make y'all go too long.
No, because
there's a bunch to talk about the ones that you do have.
Yeah. So we have stuff to talk about for the things you said.
See, you guys just said you weren't prepared. You read the notes.
We did read the notes. We just read the video.
I didn't read the notes.
But with the Denver Airport thing, I've physically been there, so I can.
And I knew that Kelly would have some, but then I've got some weirdo shit for the Denver Airport.
Okay, I'm listening, y'all. I'm here.
Okay, so first of all, apparently this New World Order has ties to Nazism because supposedly, if you look down from above, the airport runways make a swastika. Now, you have to be really looking for it to see it, and even when you do see it, it ain't a perfect swastika. But
exactly, and
supposedly that's part of it. Now, a dedication marker thanks the New World Airport Organization for building the Denver Airport, and that organization does not actually exist. I can't find it anywhere. So there's that. Then, to add more fun, because why not? Supposedly that's why the artwork is so strange. Also, supposedly the giant blue horse is supposed to represent the horsemen of the apocalypse.
Damn, I could
the Blue Mustang, as it is called, is 32 feet tall, a fiberglass sculpture built by artist Luis Jimenez, who died 2 years before the sculpture was installed because part of the statue fell on him, severing an artery in his leg. Add to that a glowing red eyes, and you now have the totality of this part of the conspiracy theory. Furthermore, a third theory states that the place contains the meeting place of the Illuminati, between a time capsule buried by the Freemasons, which supposedly have links to the Illuminati, the airport's final cost way exceeding the projections, including a rumor that some of the initial buildings were not built properly, thus just paved over, and new buildings built on top, thus giving an underground lair for the Illuminati. Add to that underground bunkers that some claim were built as a place for the world elite, and according to some sources, those were built by the Reptillians to weather the apocalypse, and art that many say is located with references to the end of the world, and you begin to understand the conspiracy some people are talking about. The Denver airport, I will admit, the artwork
have to interrupt him.
And it's a bit odd that they thank a company that doesn't exist for helping to build the airport.
Enough.
I don't know. I mean, I would like it all to be true. I really would. This is creepy as hell. And I want to believe in, like, the reason my life is kind of a fail is because the Illuminati...
You guys have to say something or he's going to turn purple.
But at the end of the day, I have to say it's probably my own laziness.
There we go.
It's probably, there probably is no such thing as Lizard Illuminati. And nor did they build the Denver airport or paint it or make the giant blue Mustang with red eyes.
You gotta do it. He's gonna turn purple. It's coming.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I love the Denver airport. There is so much fucking wild shit going on at the Denver airport. I feel like,
how do you think that they were the first motherfuckers to have legal goddamn weed for everybody? That's how it's fucking Colorado, dude. Seriously.
All right.
Why the fuck? Denver, Colorado is a thing. That's why.
Oh, well, I don't know that weed goes into any of what we're talking about. Like, as far as
it doesn't. Colorado just in general is awesome because of the weed thing. Denver airport fucking sucks.
The airport is fucking wild to me. And
but Denver airport back in the 90s when you could still smoke everywhere.
Kelli, how many times have you been to the Denver airport?
Twice.
And neither fucking time was this bitch able to fucking find the goddamn horse. Piss me off.
Lucifer. Alright, so there's a whole thing with fucking Lucifer, right?
When you hear it, you're like, okay, at the Denver airport, there's this horse, this Lucifer, blah, blah, blah. But apparently the Denver airport is 37 miles fucking...
Oh, that Denver airport is so
enormous. It's enormous. So I have not seen Lucifer yet. They're like,
Lucifer.
You can't get to Lucifer from inside the airport. You have to see Lucifer from outside the airport.
I love the idea of all of the weirdo shit for the Denver airport because of all of the unknowns. Like you said, the plaque outside where it's funded by whatever... something that nobody can trace back to fucking anybody. But that goes back, and I'm going to put this because this is kind of close to where we are, the Georgia Guidestones. Still to this day, nobody knows who
That's so fucking sad. That made me so fucking sad.
That shit, I was pissed. I was fucking mad as hell. Apparently,
just gotta fuck shit up.
They moved some of it somewhere to some museum. Did y'all see that?
I didn't know.
And they moved to some museum. I don't know what it is.
If anybody knows what happened to the time capsule they buried, let us know.
No, they said they couldn't find it. They had already tried to dig that up and said that there was nothing.
Oh, there's something there.
There's something there. You guys.
But there's a conspiracy theory about that too, though. That the people who built it installed an explosive in it because somewhere hidden in it was something that they would need one day. And today just happened to, right when it blew up happened to be that day.
Oh my God, one that I have not heard.
That's fun.
I'd never heard that before. That is a good new one.
I'm about to write it down in my handy dandy notebook.
I like it. Yeah.
Yay, the handy handy notebook.
My handy dandy notebook.
We visited the Georgia Guidestones like 4 or 5 years ago. We have a bunch of pictures from it. It's impressive in person.
No, did anybody else think he was going to say we visited the Blues Clues house?
No, that's just you, Laura.
The Denver airport thing, and just the fact that everything was connected to somebody who you could never connect it to a real person.
Yeah.
Everything was an LLC or whatever.
There's already an airport like 10 miles from there. They didn't need to be built. Place. There's already one right near there.
We did that, right? So it was something about wherever the other airport was built had something to do with the ground. They couldn't have that.
I guess they can do that.
Or something. It had something to do.
Oh, okay.
They had to move it.
I gotcha.
But the reason that they gave was something about the ground wouldn't hold or, some shit. But they only moved it like 10 miles.
Well,
the ground changed in that much. 10 miles is big, I guess.
Yeah. My whole thing with the Denver airport is that just my experiences have been horrible. I've been twice. I live in South Carolina. My company that I work for is in Colorado. So they fly us out once a year, and I've been with the company about 2 years. So I've flown out twice. And my whole thing the first time is I was so excited. I'm like, I want to see Lucifer. I want to see,
I remember messaging you and telling you that you better fucking get me a picture of
the gargoyle thing, the art. So I get there, and it's fucking massive. And also, my flight keeps getting changed. So I'm running across this airport. Like, I'm at this gate, then I'm at that gate. And, I am fucking pissed at this point. So
I don't blame you.
So I am super ill. But at this point, I have seen no gargoyle, no Lucifer. So I meet my people.
Oh, the gargoyle! I forgot about the gargoyle.
So I meet my people, and they're like, "No, you can't see Lucifer from inside the airport. You have to see it from outside the airport."
You have to be on the interstate coming in.
They're like, "You'll see it in the shuttle or whatever." So I'm like, "Okay, all right." And the gargoyle is just wherever the gargoyle is. So I'm like, okay, maybe on my way back, maybe I'll see it. Well, I didn't. I didn't see the gargoyle. I didn't see shit. Next time out, I'm like, all right. I'm looking, on my way in for Lucifer. I see no Lucifer. I'm at the airport. I see no gargoyle. Get on my plane, at this point, I believe it was my second trip where TSA, fucked with me, even though I'm pre-checked, but, so that was horrible, but I still have not seen a gargoyle. I haven't seen Lucifer.
My main thing with the Denver airport, they say there's the tunnels underneath, right? It's the tunnels and, it's for whatever. Why though is my thing. I don't feel like they're close to anything with enough people that are important.
The tunnels are all on the United States and they all connect major cities. That's the whole.
So you think there's
not what I think. That's the grand conspiracy that every major military base, at some point, all these black budgets that went missing, they spent all that money on the defense. They put all these tunnels underground that connect all the military bases.
So you think there's a tunnel underground here? No, okay. So the conspiracy is
the crazy conspiracy. Yeah,
there's a tunnel underground somewhere here in South Carolina that leads to the tunnels.
Yeah, probably goes to the nuclear.
Do they do this to you all the time?
Imagine Elon Musk's Boring Company.
They're having their conversation. Or you guys are all usually in the same room, right?
Yeah, we're separate. Every time we've done y'all's show, we've fucked up y'all's audio. So we decided that the only way to not fuck up y'all's audio.
The last one was so bad. We apologized for that. It was so bad.
I feel so awful every time. Like, we're always so excited to do it, and then we always.
I'm like, why
don't even worry about it. Look, I know probably less about audio than you do, so I just do my best to make it soundable. People can hear it, and
yeah. But again, so my thing with the Denver airport is who is important enough in Denver to where they need to make this elaborate thing with this elaborate.
Well, supposedly it's connected to SAC NORAD. Like, one of the tunnels is connected to SAC NORAD, which isn't too far away to tunnel to. But I think the theory is that the Denver airport is one of those hubs that people fly to fly other places. And so I think the theory is that the important people have a layover in Denver and go to their little secret meeting and then get on their plane and go finish their flight to Luxembourg or wherever they're going.
And Denver was probably the biggest for a long time before Atlanta became the biggest.
I have second thoughts about that.
Is that people are fucking dumb. So while that conspiracy sounds great, it's like, yes, let's make a whole underground tunnel to where we can meet when you fly in, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe that people are smart enough to think of that.
Oh, but see,
So the original thing is supposed to be something like wasn't there originally an Air Force base or whatever there, but something about the wind or the whatever the hell, something happened. So they just buried it and then built the airport on top. So now, yes, underneath there are tunnels. There are all this shit. Because at one time it was a thing, and now there's a thing on top of this thing. So now, there's tunnels. Are they using these tunnels? No, because people are fucking stupid. Now, if me and you and all of us here were in charge of the world, we could figure out a way to do something with these tunnels. But my faith in humanity and my faith in people's smartness, no, it's not. It's not. It's not happening. It's not happening.
I'm not even smart enough to find Lucifer when we know it exists. So my smartness, we should not be
in people's smartness.
I mean, the lack of smartness in America right now is fucking.
Also, to answer your question from earlier, what was the last episode we did together? That was our episode on South Carolina cryptids.
Yeah.
Where we talked about the third eye man.
You guys were like 2.5 hours out. It was crazy.
Under the university. Just all this talk about tunnels reminded me.
Are they ever coming back?
Yeah, we were all like talking one night.
Like every time we've done it so far, we have fucked up every time. Like, we fucked up the sound. We fucked up everything every time.
I don't know why y'all continue to put up with us. I really don't.
We adore you. We have so much fun with you guys.
As often as we do. You guys are family. You're fine.
Yeah.
I feel that way too.
We need to play a word.
We have two girls' night.
I've been telling you guys for a long time that we needed to.
We have not done like a. We've never done like a virtual girls' night thing. I feel like we need to do that. I feel like we should.
Gotta do it. It'd be so much fun. So much fun.
I am so in. I will create a cocktail.
You create a cocktail, yes.
Yeah. That's my function.
We can sit here and do our makeup together and talk about all the dirty things that we know they do behind our backs. They think that we don't know all of those dirty things.
Just say who's left out?
I feel like Feels left out. He's all back in his chair. There's no girls' night shit over here.
Actually, that man
kind of on track, so this episode doesn't.
Sorry, I just ruined a whole bunch of shit.
You have to rein us in, son, and don't feel bad about it. Just be like, "Hey, Kara, shut the fuck up."
We have no control over ourselves.
But yeah, my thing with the Denver airport is if it was this hub of evil, right? Then wouldn't like all these world leaders be, paused there, and wouldn't like reporters go and, hey, Boris Johnson, hey, Vladimir Putin, hey, whatever evil leaders are out there joining these conspiracy groups or leading, they'd be there and reporters would know about it to ask them questions.
And also, I mean, this has been a thing forever, right? It's been a thing since before 9/11 to where they got super weird about security, right?
Right.
So how are there not fucking high schoolers that just use those tunnels to get fucking high? Because if I lived anywhere near there and knew that there was an underground tunnel at our airport, back in the day, airports didn't have fucking security. You could walk them all the way to the goddamn door. Like, you think we wouldn't be drinking? You think we wouldn't be drinking 40s in them? No, you crazy as hell. Like,
I have to tell y'all about my experience with Denver airport security and how on point they are. All right.
Oh, Lord, you lost me at how on point they are.
Speaking of which, did you guys ever ask your friend at the University of South Carolina if she'd been in the tunnels or seen the third eye man?
Oh,
no. Oh, my God.
We're slackers.
I am sorry, but I will. But I'm about to tell y'all my Denver airport security story. So, I'm at the Denver airport. I am pre-checked, like I am TSA pre-checked. So usually I just...
Let me interject right here.
What?
This fucking pre-check shit doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I paid my $85 and got my
$85 and swear to God that I'm not bringing bombs. And they're just like, okay, cool. And then they just
yeah. So that is exactly what happened.
Cool.
That makes no sense, sir. Like, I have to take my shoes off, but you paid $85 and you can just come on through with your stroller and your...
That is exactly what happened.
Damn! Can somebody have them talk to the fucking gas executives?
So
if they're getting off with that, those motherfuckers should be paying like pennies on the dollar.
The pre-check just has never made any sense to me at all.
So I totally did it, got my pre-check, and normally it works beautifully. I'm at the Denver airport, however. I put my purse through like I do every time. My old lady bag of change. Like I have like a Ziploc bag of old lady change that apparently triggers them to do something. Whereas it's never triggered anybody else to do something. So they hold my purse and they feel like they need to dump it out or whatever. So they dump it out, find my old lady bag of change or whatever. But what they did not find, that I realized that I had afterwards, is my fucking mace that you're not allowed to have on a fucking plane. So they're completely fucking useless. Like,
oh my Lord.
They literally so
wow. Wow, that's so bad.
Wait, explain to me the pre-check. You just get process through, no matter what you have, they don't check it.
So you still put your stuff through. You have a shorter line. You don't take off your shoes, your belt, your none of that crap. So like my purse still goes through, but it's just a much faster process.
So if you pay
and they don't molest you. That's the whole thing. Like I used to get like flat out molested because I got big boobs, so everybody wants to search under the boobs and all that. I don't get that anymore. Like,
So they basically made you an airport VIP.
See, now that sounds like a conspiracy at the Denver airport, is they just want to touch some boobage.
Well, no, they don't. No, they didn't want to touch my boobs. They never did. It's actually a conspiracy at every other airport. No, the conspiracy at the Denver airport is that they didn't catch my mace. But my problem
what?
Like, the reason that I did the pre-check was that I used to travel a ton with GNC and fly in and out of Greenville. They would get bored, and I got big boobs, so they always wanted to touch the boobs. My worst experiences are at very small airports where people are bored, and then that's where they just want to molest you. So, having the pre-checked gets you past that.
Let's move on to our third one. And this one is only scary if you think of it in a larger sense. And I've titled it, "The Bildaberg Group Does Not Sell Stuffed Bears at Malls." So according to this one, there's a group of the world's elite, the Bildaberg Group, that is a mixture of politicians, actors, and movers and shakers. They meet yearly to discuss how to run the world. Attempting to visit their outdoor meeting area will get you arrested for trespassing, and no reports ever emerge from these meetings. Like, nothing about what they talk about ever emerges. Founded by an advisor for the Vatican and a former Nazi, some point to them being as the true rulers of the world. Bill Clinton showed up at a meeting while he was governor of Arkansas. Within a short time, he became president. Tony Blair became a member, and 4 years later, he was Prime Minister of England.
So we covered this on our show as well, and we definitely have some thoughts on it. Kara, would you like to go? Because I know that you think this is very, I don't know. I don't even know.
I've been drinking for a while. My favorite thing about the Bilderberg Group is that movie. I think it's just called Conspiracy. Have any of y'all seen that?
I have not.
It's I don't know what year it's from. I mean, it's not super old, but it's like some dudes decide that they're gonna infiltrate the Bilderberg meeting or whatever. It's a fun fucking movie. I fucking loved it. As far as the actual thing goes, I really don't give a shit. I mean,
well, when we talked about it,
I probably had some strong ass convictions when we talked about it, but again, I've been drinking for about 8 hours.
When we talked about it before, the thought was, it would be so amazing if it was just something super mundane.
Oh,
these leaders are just getting together, sharing their vacation videos.
I know exactly what you're saying. So yes, if you want to steer away from the conspiracy,
yeah,
everybody always wants everything to be a fucking weirdo fucking thing, right? If you see two people that in your mind should never be together, obviously they're doing something fucking weird, right? But my whole thing is, I hope it's the fucking 10th birthday party for fucking whoever the hell's next door neighbor. And they're just maybe that kid's a fucking dork and ain't got no fucking friends. So they're like, hey, just come in here and we'll have a big ass party. I don't think the Bilderberg thing is fucking worth shit. I really don't. I don't think
See, we disagree on this point slightly because I think there is every possibility that there is something nefarious going on there. And there's
always a possibility. I mean, there's a possibility that we're doing nefarious shit, me and Ryan, right now behind Dale's back, and we're on it.
Yeah, you guys do nefarious stuff daily. You have it in your daily planner. 8 o'clock, wake up, 8:30, take a shower, 9 o'clock, nefarious shit. You have it. But okay, here's my reason for saying this. There was a show on the History Channel for a minute, Brad Meltzer's Decoded. Now, I kind of like Brad Meltzer because he's very smart, and smart people, I want to be their friend. Sometimes I can't be, but I want to be. And he's really impressive. Well, Decoded was all about checking out these secrets, right? And that's one of the things they decided to do was to try to check out the Bildaberg group and the place where they have their big meeting on every year. And they were floating by on a river trying to get up to it, and they got arrested. And these people were not nice about it. They showed up, they arrested all but one of them because the one wasn't with the others, and arrested everybody. It was pretty rude about it. And I just feel like anything that they're trying that hard to protect, there's probably a reason.
Well, the reason could be that they just want some fucking privacy.
Exactly, and that was my thing the whole time. So let's say,
I hope
for whatever reason, I'm best friends with Justin Bieber and Kim Kardashian. There is no way in hell that I could go to the goddamn pub, which is a bar up the road from us, with Justin Bieber and Kim Kardashian without the paparazzi being in there. This is a place where the paparazzi is not allowed. I feel like it's just a get-together. Holy shit, we can fucking get drunk. They probably sing karaoke in there. We
know some of what they do.
With no
photos or whatever. This is probably their one thing.
That's what I want it to be. That is my hope.
See, there's a giant owl statue they have there. And there's this ritual they do with this doll they named Care that they have to rescue. It's like a weird kind of interactive play they put on every year. Maybe it's totally innocuous. Maybe it's totally just a nothing burger. It's just them hanging out or whatever. But it's a weird collection of people and things, and it's certainly strange to see who shows up and then is suddenly part of these big, movie franchises. Tom Hanks showed up there shortly after he was done filming Bosom Buddies. He showed up every year since.
But then if you go back to what we said, so it's huge people who can't have a normal life. They're using the Bilderberg meeting for the one fucking time a year that they can have a normal fucking house party without the paparazzi. So you going, oh, but he's so famous. Why is he there? Because he needs one fucking day. I
want that to be it. I really do.
I refuse to believe anything else.
I want that to be it so bad.
This is a house party sans paparazzi with famous ass people who want to get drunk, sing karaoke, fuck whoever they want to fuck.
I would agree with you, but Karl Rove is a member, and I guarantee you Karl Rove is not a normal human. I mean, that man does not want to hang out and get messed up. He wants to execute people in a firing squad or something.
But
Karl Rove is not a normal guy looking to party.
They want to hang out with. I tell you what, I wake up some days and there's some people I want to fucking execute, but there's still a group of friends I want to hang out with. The straight up jam fest for people. Sans fucking.
Okay, my argument with that though is this: Trump isn't a member, not allowed. It's never been asked.
Good.
And because it was one of the things from 2016 through 2020 when people talked about the Bilderberg group, they talked about Trump not being a member. And because of this, some people are convinced that Trump is going to tear it down. Hold
on, so let me ask you a question.
Why did we go back to talking about the lizard people?
Let's pretend like the Bilderberg group is a thing, and all of us are a member. And then all of a sudden, Donald Trump wants to be a member.
And we're like, fuck you,
no, I don't give a shit what y'all's thoughts are on Donald Trump, but he brings bullshit. And the whole point in the Bilderberg meeting is having a house party where there's no bullshit. You can be his best friend. I have friends that I would not invite to my Bilderberg meeting.
Amen.
Right? So... Bilderberg is a house party for people who are normally stormed by paparazzi. They get one fucking day a year where there's no paparazzi and they can do whatever the fuck they want to. And that is what I'm keeping on the fucking Bilderberg.
That is what I want to believe so much in my heart. Yes.
And I get wanting to believe that. I just say, my thing is, the reason I included it is, what if we're wrong? What if we're like...
Who cares?
What if the Bilderberg group really does sit down and sort of decide what's going to happen each year?
Who cares?
Lots of people.
But what does it matter? Because what we think about it doesn't fucking matter either way. So I would rather think positively about it, have happiness. That's one less ridiculous fucking news headline that I have to fucking let bring me down. Who cares? Whatever's going to happen is going to fucking happen. Right?
I get that. I do. I'm just saying, it's very scary. It's a very scary idea that the idea of all these politicians and actors and movers and shakers get together once a year to plot out the following year and what they're going to do down the road. Like the fact that this group could be some sort of conspiratorial cabal sort of guiding the planet on what's going to happen. And it's sort of a scary idea to me. Now, do I believe that? I'm maybe 25% on it's some sort of nefarious group.
You ate whipped cream. Oh no!
But so Dean, go ahead and tell. I mean,
that's fine as long as you keep it to just regular whipped cream, not whip it shots. Go on now.
What are you talking about?
She's talking to her 5-year-old.
About women.
You say edibles, you remember? So I feel like it's okay to ignore her. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're good.
If I take edibles, y'all please fucking ignore me because that's just how it works.
But
no, we're good.
But yeah, I'm maybe 25% on there being some sort of nefarious happening there. I'm just saying I included it because deep, dark conspiracy theorists will tell you that the world gets planned out there.
Oh, no, I understand. I understand the whole conspiracy thing of the, and I understand why it's fucking amazing. It's just like I have cemented myself into what I think it is, and what I think it is a once-a-year party where nobody's allowed. Because, so think of yourself. Pretend like you are one of the ones. Paparazzi follows you fucking everywhere. Except for where can't they follow you? The cotillion. No. They can't follow.
They don't know about the cotillion.
Because I like for things to be happy and I love it. And, it keeps me from wanting to just murder everybody.
We just
I think it's a once a year party to where these people do what they want to do without worrying about the pictures that are going to end up online or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't say it's a fucking fan fest for goddamn conspiracy theories, right? obviously, if there's no reporting, no pictures allowed, obviously that is a huge fucking conspiracy thing. I mean, that will light up everything. But in my mind, and it makes sense, but also I love it and I want it to be that way. I do too. A party where they don't have to worry. They shouldn't, because these people, even at their houses, I mean, they've got paparazzi outside. They get through the fucking windows.
I want to think that there is some place.
So once a year, they
can just be fucking wild. Yeah. But that might not exist.
Yeah, I mean, that might be wrong as fuck. That might be playing the downfall of the human race. But even if they were, what could we do about it? Nothing.
And we can't. And I just realized that I inadvertently picked 3 conspiracy theories that kind of could be linked together. Because the Reptillians fly to the Denver airport on their way to the Bildaberg group meeting.
Shit just got real.
Laura's so hot.
This is one of the ones where I'm willing to say, yes, there could be shit going on. They're absolutely. I mean, maybe they are drinking baby blood or, doing whatever the hell it is they do or whatever.
They just pee.
But in my mind, I want to believe that this is just their once-a-year party where they get to do what they want to do without something up in their fucking bullshit. You know what I mean?
So Kara said,
and I suppose that's
they're like showing their vacation video.
Bones
Who had a baby? Who's got a nephew? It's
like most of these people can't be Masons or any of those other things. I think Bildaberg sort of takes that place. It's a safe place to get together and just hang out. And I think you're right about that end of it. I don't think it's a big party, but I do think it's like, it can't be Masons, it can't be odd fellows, because there's too many people. But
I think it's a rad-ass fucking party.
Yeah, if there's an excuse to secure it, they are partying their asses off.
I think it's like, hey, I'm a whore, you're a whore. This guy has coke.
Holy moly.
Whatever here, and like we're all just going to do this one fucking weekend a year. And I think they deserve one weekend a year to do whatever the fuck they want to do, because we're all up in their business the rest of the year, right? Give them this one fucking weekend.
True. That's my favorite.
That's funny, but
Are we recording this? Like the video that we're doing right now? Like, I know we're recording.
I'm recording 2 different ways. Yes, we're recording the video, but
yes, ma'am.
I'm never going to use it. I'm just going to rip the audio off of it. Anyway.
So you're not using the video for us? Like, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you can. I don't give a shit. But.
See, for me, I think if they wanted a big party, like, the comic series The Boys, which Amazon Video has.
I love The Boys.
I never read the comic. I've only watched the show, but I love the fucking
show.
But in the comics, when the heroes wanted to get together with villains for this big party they called Herogasm, they would put forth, like they would do a press conference in front of people, like, well, there's this alien race that's attacking and all of us are going to be fighting it. So you might see us for a while, and even some of the villains are going to be helping us. And what it is everybody's going to Herogasm.
To fuck.
Yeah. And act a fool and do massive amounts of drugs and
that's my Bildaberg.
I mean,
let them have it. Y'all stop bothering them. Let them have it. They deserve it.
Yeah. I am on board here. Our celebrities need to
do
drugs. And do drugs.
Do all the drugs. Come up with something better This goddamn horse.
See, I can't believe that because a lot of politicians are there, and if they were doing drugs, they might have a good idea now and then.
Fucking do drugs too. Everything got super quiet. Did I say something stupid?
It was so funny. I looked up and everybody was just like looking at me. And
So let's head towards the ending a bit.
All right. Sorry. I guess I did something bad.
Your final thoughts on these particular conspiracy theories or any others we haven't mentioned?
The Denver airport sucks.
Yes, but not because it's a hub of evil. It's just a bad place to go and fly out.
Because it is fucking horrible.
my final thoughts, I guess, started it out on the Denver airport. I love the conspiracy theories. I do. I love them.
I do
They're
too.
fucking amazing.
I just haven't been able to
think about. But if you put it into perspective, it really doesn't make any sense. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense as to why that would be a thing.
Yeah, the only thing I think might be true with the Denver airport is there might be an underground tunnel that connects to Sac NORAD. Because
so there are absolutely underground tunnels because it used to be a thing that they buried and then built on top of. But like why they would be using, where do you say you think the tunnel goes to or whatever?
Sac NORAD, the head of the nuclear operations here in the country, which is under a mountain in Colorado.
And that's our nuclear. So, like, if we were wanting to launch nukes, we would go.
Or if we were responding to a nuclear launch, Sac NORAD's where that would come from.
I mean, I would be on board with saying that. Yeah, that's probably it. Or that I'm not going to say it's probably. I'm going to say it might be a thing.
But but to me, that's not even conspiratorial. It just makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. It's just logistically, yes, this is what's happening. But I guess, your lay people, who would be us, right, shouldn't know that.
And also, like, the stuff that's, like, listed as conspiracy and really conspiracy, like, Lucifer does exist. It's hard as fuck to find Lucifer, but it is there.
Lucifer isn't a conspiracy. The conspiracy from Lucifer is that, so and I know, Dean, you said this already. I'm going to try to, because we talked about it in ours too. So it's like the guy was building him and then he got crushed. So was it the son or the brother that finished it or whatever? But there's just creepy shit behind Lucifer. And also, it's a super weird fucking thing to have in an airport.
It is.
Right, so then people are
pisses me off that I've had such trouble finding.
But then people are like, why the hell do they even want this at their airport? And then they tell you the weirdo backstory. They're like, why is this what they decided? Well, they decided it before the weird shit happened. And then the son decided to finish it. But still, even to begin with, it was weird. But I guess the guy didn't realize that it was weird.
I love it.
The airport wasn't that big, and so it's all like a history type thing. Like, yeah, after 50 years, and now we're 100,000 times bigger, and we've got a blue horse with red eyes, and he may have killed 2 people, right? But you can see him from the interstate. Like, this is weird. But it wasn't weird at the time. It wasn't a weird thing at the time.
Yeah, I was going to say, usually when people do something like that, there's a good reason behind it initially, and I think it just may have been executed badly. But
executed poorly, killed the dad, but then let's still do it anyway. And then immediately after, let's make it 10 times bigger, but keep this. I mean, it's just bad timing and bad PR, I guess. Or whatever.
When I go next year, I'm gonna find that motherfucking.
You're never gonna find that
gargoyle.
I guarantee you there is a geocache attached to that motherfucker's balls.
What? I don't know about that.
I guarantee you there's a geocache on Lucifer's balls. Fucking guarantee it. Right?
Don't get to the session.
Well, the sort of people that geocache, it wouldn't surprise me if
No,
they
you would never get to Lucifer's balls, but I'm gonna find the gargoyle. That's my mission.
I'm gonna get you find the gargoyle. I'm gonna get the Lucifer's balls because I guarantee
apparently there is no way to get to Lucifer.
No, I'll get to him. You wait and see.
Without doing a bunch of illegal shit.
I'll text you before, and you can put up the bail money or whatever.
No, I'm not going to put up the bail money for you to attack Lucifer's balls.
Like, the only believable thing about the Denver airport conspiracy is maybe they've got a tunnel to sack Nora. Because, if you have to bring in 30 guys to fix the Wi-Fi or whatever, maybe you don't want to do that publicly. Maybe you want to, bring them in underground. But by and large, I don't see any of these as potentially real. They're plenty scary to think about, but
oh, okay. So you had asked us if we had brought any on our own, and I just thought of one. Do we have time for me to go?
I'll make time. I like you guys.
So, what year was it with the clowns, Kelly, here in South Carolina?
I do not know.
So, and I want to say it happened all over, not just here.
Right? Yeah, I'm Googling right now.
Actually, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. It was reported widely, but it didn't actually happen. Here's the thing about that.
Hold on, because I'm about to prove your ass wrong as fuck. Because we had T-shirts made. Because it did happen in South Carolina. We had T-shirts made that said, I survived the clown invasion of, Ryan's saying 2016. I don't
2016,
remember.
August.
I don't remember if that's the actual year. Ryan's saying that's what it is. I'll go with that. That sounds good.
That's what it did too. August of 2016
in South Carolina. Like, people were just seeing fucking clown, and we all thought we took it as a joke. We were like, oh, like every time, because like I have WYFF, which is our news people.
But by and large, these clowns were reported by children. Not even children, but high school age kids.
Ours was the majority of adults because the majority of ours were near schools. So they would be either going to drop off their kids or coming home from dropping off their kids, and they saw clowns.
Then
so they were freaked out.
You're lucky, because most of the other places, when they dug into it, most of the reports came from kids. And when they were investigated, like someone said they saw a clown driving a van and giving out candy. Well, they found the van. They found the guy driving it, but he wasn't a clown. And he wasn't giving out candy. He was eating some, but he wasn't giving it to anybody. So, and I mean, it's a bunch of stuff like that. Our local thing may have been different, but
ours was never like they never tried to lure anybody into anything. They never offered it. It's just like they would be standing on the side of the road. Clown.
And I'm not a big fan of clowns anyway. I mean,
but I would never call the cops. Right? Like I would if I was on my way to Walmart, right? I saw a clown standing on the side of Cedar Lane Road. I'm not going to call the cops and go, "Hey, there's a clown on the side of Cedar Lane Road." But apparently, it got so bad that in our town in Greenville, they did it. And then they were putting out alerts, and they were like, "Hey, so there's been clown sightings on Cedar Lane Road, blah, blah, blah." We had T-shirts made that said, "I survived the clown invasion." And I don't know what movie it was or whatever, But a lot of people, it ended up being to where they were saying that it was viral marketing for some movie. I don't know what movie that was. I never figured it out. But we had t-shirts made.
Yeah, that is a total thing. Even though I was going, I know exactly what y'all are talking about.
Well, if you're talking about 2016-ish, it almost would have had to be It too. The second half of the It movies.
So they just hired people to go, because why would they go to Greenville, South Carolina?
Right.
I'm just saying, if that was the case, that would be it. But
yeah,
like I said, most of the stuff around the country, when it was investigated, turned out to be bupkis, nothing.
Oh no, ours was absolutely nothing too. But it was on the news every day. It was like school bus gets stopped because the driver got scared because somebody jumped out of the woods dressed as a clown, and like just bullshit like that. I mean, like, it was always nothing. Like these clowns didn't murder anybody.
Right. There was never any clown murder.
It was just, there were, for whatever reason, in 2016, there were fucking
Look, I don't like clowns anyway. I really don't.
Hanging out for no reason. But why the hell is that newsworthy? Could I put on a clown costume tomorrow and make the news?
I don't think so, unless you did something.
No, probably not.
But these clowns didn't do anything either. They were just...
Well, one, they're clowns, and clowns are creepy. I don't care what you say, clowns are creepy. Do you know why clowns perform it for children in hospitals?
Oh, to kill them faster?
No, it's the only place the kids can't run the fuck away. That's why.
But being up the heart attack or whatever, I don't know.
Like, before they started reporting of the clowns doing stuff, the clowns were probably doing a whole bunch of stuff. Like, so there had to be some build-up where the clowns were doing stuff, and then...
I really don't think there was. I think it was just a bunch of Karens going, hey, y'all know there's a dude dressed like a clown at the end of my road? And then, because they never do anything. Like, nobody ever got attacked. Nobody ever got hurt.
Doing stuff, I mean just being places. Like,
why is it a crime for a clown to be places?
It is not, but maybe people would take notice if clowns were in all
First of all, it's not a crime for clowns to be places, although it should be. And
Are you discriminating against clowns right now, sir?
I don't like clowns. What can I tell you? I don't like clowns. It's like I don't understand circuses either. I really don't. Like, they made sense maybe 50 years ago, but even then it's sort of creepy to me.
Hold on. So
we did that, and somebody went, I'm in. Plus, we're going to throw people up on trapezes, so there's dangers. Maybe they'll fall and go splat. It's fun. Bring the kids.
Me and Ryan and our daughter Taylor actually worked at a haunted house. There was a guy there. We worked at this haunted house. We started it was probably July when we started. So our job was building the sets and painting shit and making shit, because obviously it's not October yet. Blah, blah, blah.
I worked at a haunted house called The Beast for 7 years as a performer, so I'm familiar.
Yeah, so we did all of the grunt work or whatever, and then we were the actors, right? So every day we'd come in, we really didn't know what we were doing. Nobody had a specific, you're always this person, whatever. But, there were clowns there, that were just there for no reason. They didn't match up with the rest of the haunted house. It's just like clowns for no reason. There was one guy, though, who had apparently went to clown college, which I had only heard of through King of the Hill. I did not know that clown college was a real thing. But you guys, clown college is a real thing. come in. I usually came in just whatever the hell I wore that day because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't care. Some people came in like if they wanted to be, the bug man in the bug room, and they would already come in dressed as the bug man. And then that pretty much puts them the bug man because we're already dressed. We don't have to do anything with this guy or whatever. This goddamn guy that went to fucking clown college or whatever. I'm telling you, he's in his 40s. He's like 45. And there were like 16-year-old people coming in dressed as clowns. And he would go the fuck off on them because they were not being clowny whatever. Like, it was fucking awful. And I remember there was one time where I wasn't an actor that night. I was just a setup person who sets up the rooms or whatever. So here's the fucking clown guy. And there's like this 15-year-old girl, right? And she's supposed to be what the fuck ever. She's got bugs on her. Like, so the people come in and she's supposed to jump out in front of them covered with bugs, screaming because she's covered with bugs, so it's supposed to scare them. You know what I'm saying? He tried to get all fucking wild. Because apparently in his eyes, that was a clown part. And she wasn't acting clowny enough. Like, I thought we were going to have to call the goddamn cops on this day. Because he was tripping the fuck out. Oh, Jesus. He kept trying to do this. Well, when I was in clown college, I learned that you do it this way. And the whole time, I'm like, clown college is not a real thing. Like, what are you fucking doing? Oh my God. It was fucking wild. It was fucking wild as hell. They got mad at a girl. She's probably 18 or 19 years old. But she came in dressed as a clown, right? Because they didn't give us anything. It was just like, we're a haunted house. I'll just come in, dress up however the hell, and then we'll figure it out. So he didn't like the way that, like, she was wearing clown shoes, but they were flat on the bottom and had the bubble top. And I know if y'all think about it hard enough, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So flat bottoms, but bubble top. This motherfucker about lost his goddamn mind because he was like, those aren't real clown shoes. Like, it was fucking wild. I've never. My God.
Well, when you take a meth addict and you force them into a school scenario, it does break their brain.
He's not paid to go to clown college. He didn't even draw in his degree to show us. After like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, clown college used to be a thing, and now it's a way to train meth heads to not scare children.
Oh my God. I ain't never, and I swear to God, if anybody ever asks me ever, like the worst thing ever is a fucking clown. And it's all because of this one fucking guy. Like, I just assume that they're all that way. If you got a clown college, I assume you're all that way. Right? Because none of us went to clown college. And we're just like, clowns wear bow ties.
To be fair.
And oh my God, it's the worst shit I've ever seen in my life.
To be fair, the guy that rents to us, who just passed, I can live with him. He was a clown. He was a good clown. He actually cared about children, but he was also a Shriner, and he was just real into service to the community. Fine. And those clowns don't bother me. It's when you go to the circus and see all the clowns that don't even talk to you, that just, yeah, those are meth heads, and just get away from them. And do not bring them into a hospital. I will leap out a window to get away from them.
He said that the Shriners were taking their jobs.
The Shriners have their own circus.
Oh my God. That's probably like the most uncomfortable I have ever been in my entire life. And I don't do good with social shit, right?
Really? Because you're always cool to us.
No, I'm good with y'all, but like I have social anxiety. But like this guy, oh my God, talking shit about the Shriners now. They made the pecan logs. Don't talk shit about.
They love the pecan logs. We did a whole episode on that shit.
That had to be like the worst. I swear to God, like if I won $1 bazillion and a voodoo doll, my voodoo doll is that fucking clown. Because he was the worst. Because everybody there was either super fucking young, like high school age, or a little bit older who just wanted something fun to do on the weekends. And he just made it awful for fucking everybody. Because, I went to clown college and I don't give a shit. I'm eating bugs right now. Get out of here.
Like, I kicked him in the balls.
But he was just awful. He was just awful. I hope he burns in hell. I really do. I hope he burns in hell.
He probably will. He's a clown.
I wish I'd been there because I would have totally kicked him in the balls. And
Alicia was there for a little bit. Alicia was a clown for a little bit.
She didn't kick him in the balls?
No. He might have been gone by the time she came. I don't remember.
So let's go ahead and say that's our show.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having us.
We've gone about as far as we can and stayed on topic a little bit.
We tried. I'm so sorry if we fucked you up again. God damn it.
Please stop apologizing.
That's just what we do.
I asked
That's
you on the show because this is what I want.
This is what you always get with us. It's not good.
This is what he wants to get all away.
I want to say thanks to our guests, the ladies and gents of Drunk Theory.
Ryan is snorer.
Oh, so we did not make it through both episodes. I knew it. I knew we wouldn't all make it.
I'm awake.
He's awake now.
He's lying.
I knew we wouldn't all make it.
Thanks to Bill Barrett for our theme music. Bill Barrett, if you need theme music for a show, Bill's your guy. Just reach out to him at Bill Barrett, and that last name is spelled BEHRENDT at sbcglobal.net. Also, thanks to Paige Elmore, who, along with her own Krysta, does our logo art. Thank you, Paige. Thanks to Aaron Gnurk of the Big Dumb Fun Show for promoting us locally. Also, thanks to our listeners, of course. Join us next week as we look into the Bennington Triangle. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank y'all so much for having us.
Thank you.
It was fun.
We had a blast.